welcome back to another episode of the Unfiltered Book Recap, where we are talking about anything and everything under the sun, and we're going to have fun doing it. This is a reminder that I am talking about spoilers in the book. If you do not want the book spoiled for you, this is not the podcast for you, and I hope you come back after you read it to see if you like my favorite parts. Today's book is a special one to me, because this was my first MMF romance book, where there was MM in the romance. Now, I did read a previous Why I Choose book where it was MFM and it was just brothers that were sharing a girl. No, this one, the MM came first and the F came later. So, we have our two male streamers who are making a living streaming as Call of Duty characters. And they make a killing out of it. They do this stream. They love it. They are also just a lovey-dovey, extremely cute couple. I love them just by themselves. When the book starts out and that's all that's happening, I'm like, sign me up. I loved it. Okay. So then we have I should give names. Let me give names. So we have Percy and we have Mack. Percy and Mack are our main male characters in this MMF. And this book starts off with a freaking bang. Okay. We are watching them stream and they are living their life, their best freaking life, until they see Mar show up in the stream. And Mar is someone that everyone loves as a cam girl. But what they don't know is that she just currently lost her job because of her dad. We'll get to that point in a second. But everyone is saying, yo, you guys should do a stream together. Like, it would pop off. Y'all would love it. Meanwhile, on Mar's side, Mar is like, they are hot. She is getting off them. Okay, and she has no shame about it. She's like, they know exactly what they're doing. I'm trying to get this thing off the ground. You know what? Maybe they can give me some pointers, and maybe this cameo premiere for them will do really great. So then they meet up. They talk about the night that they're going to have. They're going to talk about the streaming that they're going to have. And y'all, when I tell you Mar is one of those FMCs that I would get on my knees for, she would walk into a room, I'd know who she is, and that would be it. Nothing else, okay? So they have their experience. And for me, I know this is going to sound crazy, but hear me all the way out. And please read your trigger warnings when it comes to this book, okay? So Percy has this fantasy. It's not a normal fantasy, but he's a bigger guy. So he's got to make sure that the right people are there to make this fantasy come true. So when they all get together, the chemistry is there, everything works out, they have their first streaming experience. He then asks them, hey, you want to make this fantasy come true? This fantasy is him getting knocked out and used safely. They make sure it's done safely. They talk about everything to be done. And y'all, the not safe for work art for this scene makes me blush. And then the next morning, because they made sure aftercare was done when everything was done that night, the next morning he wakes up and he's like, well, did you guys videotape it? They go, yeah. Why do they go at it while watching the video? That was it. That was it for me. Okay. But this is all in the span of like 24 to 48 hours. It's just a weekend together. They do the cameo event. It goes great. Everyone loves it. She leaves. She's like, I get it. This was just a one night. Secretly, they're all feeling the same thing. They all feel like she's the missing piece for them. She does not want to be with anybody else but them. And so there's kind of this whole mafia thing. That's kind of why she got fired, because her dad is like the big boss leader, whatever. And so they find out that she's been kidnapped. And she's like, we love her. We're going to go save her. And we're going to beg for her to be with us. Like, we want to be together. And so they do save her. They do live happily ever after. And when I tell you, I was blushing like a freaking schoolgirl in church when I first read this book. And I was reading the MM parts. And I was like, oh my God, this is so spicy. This is so spicy. And then I got to the parts when she was a part of it and she was dominating them. Oh my God, why was it so spicy? But it was such a good book. I love Tilly Ridge so much. She writes such amazing freaking books. And I'm glad this was my first from her. And it just was out of the park. If you haven't read anything else from Tilly Ridge, you should. She has so many books out there. She has more coming out. She has audiobooks coming out. So if you have not read Tilly Ridge, what are y'all even freaking doing? And if you have read Tilly Ridge, but you haven't read the rest of her backlist, you should. And I hope to see you guys next week for my next episode.